Alabama of hurricanes on the coast. We didn't think that we would have 60 tornadoes to cross this state and destroy 6,400 square miles of territory. We right now have the greatest rebuilding effort in the state of Alabama since the Civil War.
We had a pretty good idea that it was going to be bad, and did not have any idea it was going to be as bad as it ended up being.
I certainly expected to see destruction. I certainly expected to encounter some serious needs, but I quite frankly was not prepared for the level of devastation that struck the state of Alabama on that day. Places in the state that look like a nuclear bomb went off. The biggest challenge that you have is to wrap your arms around it, to get a sense of, how serious is this really? What is the loss of life? How many people require food? How many people require water? How many people require emergency shelter?
We had people that lost their houses, and they're calling in and they're saying, I walked out of the storm cell and I don't have a house anymore. What am I supposed to do?
Long-term community recovery is a program that helps communities identify what their priority recovery projects are 3, 5, 7, 10 years out. They want to see how their community is making decisions about the long term. They need to know whether or not their community is committed to rebuilding. By participating in the long-term recovery planning, they get a broad sense of what their community can look like 10 years from now.
Long-term recovery or recovery in general cannot come from the top down. It has to come from the bottom up. It has to come from what the people of those jurisdictions and those municipalities want to do, and then we need to plug in the pieces to do that.
This disaster started locally. Your people were the first ones on the ground, and ultimately, when the state government and the federal government are gone, you will still be the ones that will be here in this community, making sure that ultimately it's rebuilt.
The communities in Alabama have been amazing. People have been very passionate about the planning process. We have not had to work too hard to get people to the table. They know they have a challenge. They have embraced the technical assistance that we can provide. They know it's their community. FEMA's not coming in to fix it for them. We are but one resource, and the folks in Alabama have definitely stepped up. They're really looking, to the future.
We're here to listen. We're not here to tell you our ideas. We're here to listen to the ideas that you have as a community and work with you as a community to try and define where you want to go next.
We're going to do an exercise called community mapping. And it's one way to find out about what you feel about your community.
If we can get a good infrastructure, people will want to be a part, want to come in and build and be a part of the whole community.
We want a community that pulls back together, that can create, evolve, and expand. We have a unique opportunity to create something here.
We're going to ask you what makes Cordova special. This is a wonderful community. We know the spirit here. And our job is to help you create the community that you want.
We have plenty of people here willing to work. We want to bring more people here willing to work. We just need more jobs to do this.
And the historic downtown, we think that should be brought back because that was kind of like a major part of this community. Most of our population came because of that. And we think that there should be repaired homes and cleaned up properties.
I know that we have more needs here than that. Every community has a lot of needs.
We need a new school. Our school is full of asbestos, and I think that's one of the really main things that we should focus on is a new school for our children.
The great thing that Rainsville has to offer is its people. We also would like to get jobs for our people up here. We have great people in this community that are needing jobs.
What does this tell you? As a community, jobs, sewage, and schools pop up. I think people and growth at home all pop up. That's what you're all about here. That's why you're here.
We didn't ask for April the 27th, but it was here for us. I don't think any of us could say that we had a plan of action, but because people in this city is tenacious passionate, come together to make sure we preserve ourselves, because one thing we don't want Hackleburg to become is a ghost town.
We're called to encourage other communities across this United States and across the world that yes, you can survive and you can thrive, but it takes community involvement.
I think what is a feather in the cap of Alabama communities is that some folks on their own dime, on their own time, have gotten together or gone by themselves and traveled out to Greensburg, Kansas to visit that community, talk with the leaders, see the results on the ground to get a good firsthand understanding.
Coming to Greensburg has helped me to deal with some of my anxiety about the fact that we have to do it tomorrow. It's almost a rebirth. And the parallels between this community that was beginning to fade away and had faded away for 30 years exactly parallels the community that I'm representing. So it's an opportunity for rebirth for us.
We're Alabamians. We always come back. There's not a shadow of the doubt that they're going to come back stronger. They're going to come back with a lot more community involvement and togetherness.